All right, per usual, there's a lot of talk of who should get MVP. A lot of names make sense, but a name that might not make sense to you that makes a lot of sense to others is Brock Purdy. So he threw for a perfect passer rating in his last game and sits atop of
this again.
He's at the fifth best odds to win MVP right now.
I cannot believe we're doing this again.
Do you think that's a safe bet? Is it rational for Brock Purdy to get MVP, or is that far-fetched? I mean, perfect passer rating is crazy.
I just can't believe we're literally just going to do the exact same lunatic conversation we had after the Cowboys game. Again. So here's the thing. Can Brock Purdy be the MVP of the entire league when he is not the MVP of his own team? Of course not. So let's just take that away. What about if, we shouldn't hold it against him if a team has a great defensive player. They don't win MVP. Okay, is Brock Purdy the most valuable player on the Niners? Offense? Of course not. That's Christian McCaffrey. Is he the best player? Of course not. That's Trent Williams. Like, let's all stop. Just stop. But here's the thing. People want me, and this was the conversation on First Things First, like, Nick, time to admit you were wrong about Purdy. Guys, I used this analogy on the show, and I will use it again. Demonze, you bought recently a very nice but sensible car. It works in all environments. Let's say you hit 50 teasers in a row, and you were just rolling in it, and you were like, hey, I'm getting a brand new sports car, rear wheel drive, convertible. It's awesome. Gonna have so much fun driving it. Also, as it happens, Fox is transferring me to New York, and I'm gonna move from LA to New York, and I'm gonna drive in my sports car. And I'm like, okay, buddy, that car's a ton of fun, and you're gonna look great in it. And when the sun's shining and the wind's blowing, it might look like the coolest car out there. But I got to tell you, I've read that in the rain, that car does terribly. And in the snow, it's almost undrivable. And you're like, nope, don't care. Think you're wrong. Gonna be great. And you drive, and it's going great. And then the first time it rains, you slide off the road. You're like, well, hopefully that's just an oddity. And then it snows. And you can't get it out of your driveway. And then it rains and snows at the same time, and you wreck it. And you take it to the shop, get it fixed up. And then it's sunshine again, and you're driving, and you call me, and you're like, hey, ready to admit you were wrong about this car? Look at how awesome it is. No, I won't be. And the point is, with Purdy, I had two questions. How will he look when all of the Avengers aren't there? How will he look if he has to come from behind? And God forbid, how would he look if both those things happen together? And we saw it rain. We saw not all the Avengers were there against the Browns. And then we saw him have to come from behind against the Vikings. Then we saw him have to come from behind and not have all the Avengers there against the Bengals. And how did it look? So it is not a question of does Brock Purdy stink? Clearly he does not. It is a question of, to me, it's twofold. One is, he played Baker Mayfield yesterday or Sunday. I made this point before the game. I still believe it. Would the San Francisco 49ers be better, worse, or the same if Baker was the quarterback instead of Purdy? I'm very confident they wouldn't be worse. Maybe they wouldn't be better. I think they'd be a touch better. But they certainly could do, Baker can do everything Purdy's doing. I vehemently believe that, and I think most people do. And then the next question is, if in the postseason they are in a position anything similar to either of the circumstances they faced in the 3-game losing streak, can Purdy pull them out of it? I don't believe he can. We'll see if he proves me wrong. But the fact that it's a question means two things. One is he can't be the league MVP. And the other is that the other The other part of it is, if we want to do the, hey, it's a weird year, let's give MVP to a guy with great numbers, but that's also an amazing story, CJ Stroud is sitting right there. I'm sorry, the Texans have 6 wins and the Niners have 7. CJ is putting up almost as good of numbers without any all-pros on his team, with a rookie coach on a team everyone thought was going to be terrible. Like, I don't think CJ's the MVP either. But if we want to do a quarterback who's putting up bonkers numbers in the Shanahan system, that's a great story. Purdy's not even the best option of that.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.